thinking the other day about some simple things you could do to spice up your rhythm guitar. And the key of E really stood out to me as an opportunity to play some simple ideas that will really elevate anytime you're accompanying yourself, like on an acoustic gig or with a band. I actually do this stuff on electric guitar too, but you got to make sure you have the right tone and you're playing with the right amount of finesse on the right hand. But we'll get to that later. So let's just talk about the key of E to start, and we're just going to do a little experiment about things you could do on certain chord progressions. So I'm in the key of E. Let's just say that I'm going to use my 1 chord, that's a E, my 5 chord, that's a B, my 6 minor chord, that's C sharp minor, and A, which is my 4 chord. So I got 1, 5, 6, 4. And if you're not too savvy with chord numbers, you might just start looking at that. And in fact, you could learn them in E just from this one video. Learning chord numbers is going to allow you to really start to see the similarities between songs across genres, and you'll start to realize, like, man, that whole genre, the chord progressions are very similar. They're just in different keys. You're going to start to notice that you can pick up songs a lot faster if you start looking at each chord in relationship to each other inside of these chord numbers. But that's a whole nother video. Let's look at these chords in the key of E. So I got an E chord, and I could play the verse like that, or I could do a little Ed Sheeran and play a power chord here on the 7th fret. So maybe you don't even know necessarily where the other chords are or where to play your other shapes. This video is a great way to even look at that in the key of E. So for E, I can also play my really sonorous open power chord. So I have an open E string, low E, open high E, and then an open 2nd string B with my power chord, which is 7, 9, and 9. Yeah, very nice. I'm trying to think of a newer song, not an Ed Sheeran. I like the way you're sparkling. So let's say you're doing Peaceful Easy Feeling, the Eagles. I like the way your sparkling earrings fall. Little sensitive acoustic guitar part instead of your same old E chord. Let's look at the 5 chord. I'm going to leave out the low E. I still got this very sonorous kind of suspension going here. So I got a B, open B string, which is the root of the chord. And then I have the E, so it's a suspended, it's a more like an add 4 kind of suspended thing. I don't have a 3rd in it. So we'll call it E suspended 4, sus 4. This chord's a little sus. So I got 1 and 5. Very nice. I mean, you can make a whole song right out of that. Loving can hurt. Loving can go to the 6th chord. So now I have C sharp minor instead of playing my bar chord. That E that's in the bar chord, I actually have it as an open string. And then the open 2nd string makes a 2nd. So it's kind of a nice sentimental sound. Some of these sus chords, when you have like a sus 9 or a sus 2, they sound a little praisey, like, but they're very sentimental. I'm doing the same thing with my A chord here. Open 5th string, open 1st string, open 2nd string. So instead of playing my normal A chord, which I don't play it like this with the 3 fingers on there, it just does not make sense to me. I play 2 strings with 1 finger bent backwards. So I have a quick shift if I wanted to do this, Anyway, I digress. Keep those open top 2 strings. So the open E and the open B. Your key of E is now going to be pretty sonorous. It's sounding pretty good for your acoustic gig. Loving can hurt. Loving your soul. I don't know the lyrics. I'm just demoing. 5 to the 4. Play the guitar. And I think that's actually how he plays it, or similar. But if you look up on Ultimate Guitar or something like that, you're going to play the song, it probably is going to tell you to play E, C sharp minor, B to A. It's not bad. You know, if you're singing and you got good rhythm, that's going to be fine. But that's a quick trick. Little power chords in the key of E. Very useful, friends. Let's take it one step forward. Let's say that I need a 2 chord. So now I'm in E. Maybe I want to do a little Hendrixy 2 chord. So let's say I'm going to play F sharp minor like this. This would be the 2 chord in E. E, F sharp minor would be 2. It's a whole step up. Well, what if I wanted it to do the sonorous kind of thing with the open top 2 strings? So I took apart this bar chord and I'm only using the 4th fret of the 5th string and the 4th fret of the 4th string and the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So now I've got, I might even try it with the open E, low E. I like it without. This kind of reminds me of like a Hendrix vibe. I think he does this stuff on Angel. For the 3 chord, I could do the same thing. Now I'm on the 4th fret. The 3 chord would be G sharp minor. Same thing. Well, why not just keep doing it with our other bar chord? So here would be an A bar chord as we're going up. Here's a B with the suspension on it. So in reality, I'm just taking like a chord scale in the key of E. This is a great opportunity to learn the chords in the key of E. 1 is E, 2 is F sharp minor, 3 is G sharp minor, 4 is A, 5 is B, the 6th minor chord is C sharp minor, and the 7th chord is a D sharp half diminished, but we don't need to worry about that right now, unless you want to. Anyway. You learn the chord scale. Now you know where an F sharp is because you're thinking about the 6th string. You're learning the scale up the guitar, and you're also learning some tricks. So when you're playing a song, let's say you go to this songwriter guy named Ry Bradley, and you want to learn his song, "New Kind of Lonely." That song. That's my song, by the way. E, G sharp minor, A to B. Very common song, I think, very common chord progression. There's a bunch of songs that have these chords. But you're like, you know what? This song, I see that G sharp minor. This is a little clunky. Maybe I'm not even good at bar chords, but I want it to have more of a sentimental vibe. Is this a strict G sharp minor chord? No. This E in it would be a little weird. But that's why it sounds so kind of sentimental. And that's why we're adding these extra notes to really use the guitar and the open strings to take your basic chord progression and just really elevate it and add dynamics. You know, maybe the first verse you want to go. You want to go. So that was a G sharp minor. Let's do it with the open string. A, B, with my open string on top. Let's try the A. So I'm thinking A bar chord. I'm going to remove the bar, move my first finger to the 2nd string. So I have the open E string. It's cool, it's a double of that. What if I put the B in it? Whoa! So now my A chord is getting real weird. The B chord sounds pretty weird too. This is all in the realm of exploration, guys. One more thing for the key of E that I really enjoy is I will play this inverted E chord here with the open 6th string. So with that, it kind of looks like a D chord if you guys know your D chord. Move it up here. Well, how am I going to explain this? Okay, you can think of it like this if it's the caged system. It's like a C chord and I'm playing it over my C chord. And I just moved it to the 4th position. Position meaning my index finger is on the 4th fret. But I don't need this whole mess. I want to use the low string. And I do this a lot, guys, where I use an open low string and then the top 4 strings. So now I have a very big spread like a piano would play. Low note with the 4 voices above. And then I could use the open A string. And I find myself, this is a little bit of a stretch, and people have a hard time with it. I'll play the B with my pinky. So then my guitar just feels like it's getting a lot broader range. E, A, B, E. And if you got massive hands, you could even do the B like this. So I got E, A, B, E. Well, now that we're talking about that, here's this E chord here. So I'm barring on 9. I'm using 4-string voicings here with my open. Very cool. A. I don't know what I'm gonna do for B. Yeah. I use this a lot for the end of songs. Pop song. Alright, let me know what you think. I'm gonna give you one more trick that I use. And this is more in the realm of connecting lead guitar parts. I know that this note's an E, so a lot of times I'll find myself using a major scale on that string. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. So okay, so I switch strings, but I could use. Actually, all this stuff would lend itself really, really well to the Ed Sheeran thing, or maybe Keith Urban, Somebody Like You, because that's actually the riff. Don't tell anybody if you're not a Keith Urban fan, just use the lick for your own guitar playing. Sitar guitar training. Anyway, give it a try. If you're just getting started with power chords, they're going to open up the whole guitar for you. You just got to know how to use them. And if you're just getting started with chord numbers, this would be a great way to learn the key of E, because I just did it all the way up the neck using big old bar chords. What's the 6th minor chord in the key of E? C sharp minor. You want to have that in your back pocket, ready to go. Please leave me a comment, subscribe if you like this content. I know I talk fast, but I want to just get to the point for y'all, and you guys can slow it down in the control settings if you need me to go to move a little slower. I want to make sure that I give you guys as much info as I can for your time. Please let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.